Something inside so strong. Do you know where your strength lies? Well, I do. Our capabilities are endless when we accept that strength is not only physical, but also mental. Hello there. Welcome to another edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm your host, Adrian Atkinson. Today, we have an exciting and educational show lined up just for you. So sit back and relax while we flip through the pages.
Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, February 22, 2024. The Bank of Jamaica BOJ and Planning Institute of Jamaica PIOJ are both reporting continued economic buoyancy for the country. BOJ Governor Richard Biles says real gross domestic product, GDP, which is the total value added generated from economic activity, continues to expand. He points out that despite the impact of bouts of adverse weather on the agricultural sector, real GDP for the December 2023 quarter is estimated to have grown within the range of 1 to 3%, and the outlook is positive for the March 2024 quarter.
There are signs that the economy continued to expand in the March 2024 quarter. This continued economic buoyancy is mirrored in the decline in the unemployment rate to a new record low of 4.2% at October 2023.
Mr. Biles was speaking during the Central Bank's semi-virtual quarterly monetary policy report press conference on Wednesday. Addressing the PIOJ's quarterly media briefing on the same day, Director General Dr. Wayne Henry affirmed that the country's economic prospects over the short to medium term was positive. He says this outlook is consequent on the continued growth in the economies of Jamaica's main trading partners, which augurs well for increased external demand in areas like tourism. Similar to the BOJ, the PIOJ Director General says there is also higher demand stemming from increased employment levels and economic activities.
Economic growth is anticipated for the remainder of fiscal year 2023-24. For the January to March 2024 quarter, growth is projected to be within the range of 1.5% to 2.5%, resulting in a fiscal year growth that is April 2023 to March 2024 in the range of 1.5% to 2.5%.
Residents of St. Elizabeth have welcomed the opening of a newly constructed fire station in Black River. Prime Minister Andrew Holness was on hand yesterday to open the fire station, which was built at a cost of $77 million. Another $15 million was expended to equip the facility, while $7.8 million went towards furnishings for the space. The project, which was executed in 2 phases, is expected to significantly improve the working environment for the firefighters. In giving them praise, Prime Minister Holness says it is important to provide the firefighters with the appropriate facilities and equipment to carry out their life and property-saving duty.
I want to commend the men and women of the Jamaica Fire Brigade, because even though the circumstances a few months ago were less than ideal, the men and women still turned up, still endured the less than ideal facilities, and were always willing to render service when called.
Minister of Local Government and Community Development Desmond McKenzie used the function to report that the complement of the Jamaica Fire Brigade's Fire Prevention Unit had been uplifted by 140 personnel. This, he says, serves to improve capacity in the building approval process of the country.
There is no building that can be constructed without the approval of the Jamaica Fire Brigade, because fire features are important, especially on multi-story facilities.
Fishermen who have recently been affected by high and rising sea waves off Jamaica's coast can now breathe a sigh of relief thanks to a $20 million relief fund established by the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining. Portfolio Minister Floyd Green made the announcement during the recent 67th staging of the Hague Agricultural and Industrial Show in Trelawney. He said the sea waves, which were caused by a cold front, damaged fish pots, boats and businesses. The relief fund is to assist fishermen in getting back on track. Minister Green adds that the National Fisheries Authority has been entrusted with examining the damages and losses suffered by fishermen. According to initial reports, more than 200 fishers have been directly harmed, making them unable to go out to sea and consequently losing about 1,000 pots. The Fisheries Minister says the government remains dedicated to the welfare of fisherfolk and ensuring their livelihoods are safeguarded. Meanwhile, an additional $35.9 million has been approved to continue work on the government's soil fertility mapping project this fiscal year. The project, which began in October 2021, is expected to improve agricultural output and quality by implementing an integrated soil management system. It will also work to maximize farmers' earnings and improve farming efficiency while promoting good environmental stewardship. The effort is detailed in the 2024-2025 estimates of expenditure, which is currently before the House of Representatives. Among the anticipated results for the upcoming fiscal year are the creation of a web-enabled soil information system and training in soil and plant analysis. Work will also be done to apply GIS to soil mapping, create a GIS tool for soil fertility information, and launch a public education and awareness campaign. In addition, a thorough soil database will be created, land use mapping will be updated, soil sampling and analysis in plot areas will be finished, and the design of fertilization recommendations are set to be completed. The project is slated to end in September 2025 with joint financing from the Government of Jamaica and the Kingdom of Morocco. And finally, Jamaica is among the countries set to benefit from the newly launched Small Island Developing States Capacity and Resilience (SIDAR) program for the Caribbean. The launch follows the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding between the United Kingdom and the Caribbean Community Climate Change Centre, 5Cs, in the amount of £2.7 million in September last year. The SIDAR program represents delivery on part of the UK's overall commitment of £11.6 billion for climate finance, with a specific aim to support adaptation and resilience in small island developing states, or SIDS. Speaking at the launch, Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Matthew Samuda, expressed gratitude for the program.
I do want to commit to our partners in the UK, certainly to our co-facilitators from the 5Cs and of course accredited entities, is that you will have the committed support and the action behind it to ensure that these projects are successfully deployed.
In September, it was announced that the 5Cs would embed 7 project developers and 7 project officers in 7 member states who will directly work with them to mobilize climate finance to build climate resilience. Minister Samuda says this will no doubt help to meet the critical gap of project development in these countries. British High Commissioner to Jamaica, Her Excellency Judith Slater, says the program is just one way the UK continues its commitment to SIDS.
We're using every opportunity we can to nudge changes in the way the global system functions, so that SIDS find it easier to navigate funding options from GCF, GEF, AF, the World Bank, and even the CDB right here in this region.
And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
All creators, join the JIS Creators Challenge.
We want to see your unique perspective on why you love Jamaica.
Whether it's through a Jamaican adventure, arts and craftsmanship, or Jamaican cuisine.
Or party lifestyle, or a celebration of our Otamaniwan people culture.
Unleash your creativity in a video 1 minute or less, showcasing why you love Jamaica.
Upload your video to your socials and tag JIS by March 8th.
Follow us on all our platforms for more info
on how to enter and prizes to be won.
Stay tuned!
When many think about fisher folk, they think of going out to sea. But these folk take that deliciousness from pond to plate. Let's journey to St. Catherine, to the Boardwalk Palmyra Farms for some tasty tilapia.
My name is Cardell Anthony Style. I'm the operating manager here at the Boardwalk Farm here in Lightspen, Old Harbour. On a production day or a harvesting day is like, I wake up like probably 4:35 in the morning. Obviously, we'll get the call from overnight saying that we have a pan ready for selling. So they will respond to us and then we will know based on the amount of persons coming.
Before I come, I would normally use my phone as a mean of advertisement. So I would use my status to advertise. So I would know exactly say, I'm supposed to travel with a 200 or 250 today because it depends on the demand. So that's where I was started. Once I come here, I would contact Grace first to tell her say I would need 200, and then I would come and then they would draw it from the pan and they would wait, and then I would put it in my cart and then I would leave and take it to the destination.
So the selling take place like probably roughly 8 o'clock. We finish our stuff like that. We prepare the feeding again for the entire day. Currently we're on the Biomar. The Biomar feed, it's a floating feed. But when we use the floating feed now, it's like we actually see the amount that the fish is consumed and where exactly the feeding reaches in the water and everything. With the Biomar, once you throw it, if for instance the fishes are not feeding, you will find that all of it just float to the side. So you will have an idea the next day now as to say, all right, this pan is not feeding as well as the ought, so probably you want to cut back a little bit. Or if you have a pan that is consuming that much, you find out that either you want to improve on the feeding capacity or, you know, the amount is okay.
Our farm is just tilapia. We just do tilapia farming. We started out with just 2 ponds. It was a test run, had a lot of challenges, a whole heap of setbacks, but so far it has improved significantly. So from then to now we are doing way better from then. It is a lucrative business. There are not enough persons. The demand is so much. So based on what the challenges they had, we figured out how we could circumvent those, work again around them, mitigate all of those. We saw where we could have done the same fish they were doing, but get better results. We have always considered farming to be a great option, something to explore. The opportunity came up to purchase this farm. We didn't hesitate. And then the fact that it had, all of these ponds were existing, and then we had the equipment to renovate them, so it kind of cut some of the costs. So we didn't hesitate, and that's really how this started. The National Fisheries Authority was of great assistance and guidance to us in that we knew nothing about fish farming. So you had their resource officers would come by. Like we have a 1 acre pond, they were really integral in telling us, okay, this is your stock density, which is how much to stock per acre, half acre. And then they would come and check, you know, your water quality is not so good, so maybe you need to do this or that. So they have been of great help to us. And initially, our fries were gotten from them. So, I mean, they still continue to guide and help us throughout the process. There's a misconception that they tasted like dirt. So persons have now come to realize that that's not necessarily so. They actually taste fabulous. So it's not a set number per day, but say an average size, a 1 acre pond. If you harvest, ideally for me, I would like to get a minimum 4,000 pounds. We have come close to that. So it's based on what you stock, your size of your pond, what you stock and what you recover. Predominantly they're from all over. I've had one person come from as far as Westmoreland.
I supply the Bagwak region, West Prospect, a small community named Omele, Lucky Valley. So I would do that like 3 times per week. They're very good size. Their average size is like 3/4 pound up to a pound. And they're very fleshy and meaty, so they really love them and they're always requesting it, so it's really high in demand. It's an opportunity to start something for yourself. So sometimes if you're not working, you can create something for yourself. Most people may not have a transport where they can transport it, but sometimes you can maybe start with a bicycle or whatever way to start something, to create something for yourself. Make a betterment of yourself and bring the goods to the people because it's high in demand and that's what they want.
I would encourage others, if they had the land space, the infrastructure to do so, with proper guidance though. So get in contact with the National Fisheries Authority, check with other farmers who have been in the business. A lot of them are willing to guide you along the way. So with that guidance, and if you do things correctly, then it is a success, can be very, very successful.
Fishing means a whole lot to me. Whatever you want, you just have to go for it because you cannot learn to drive in a parked vehicle.
Jamaicans consume on average 9 to 12 grams of sodium or salt per day, twice the World Health Organization recommended amount of less than 5 grams or 1 teaspoon of salt, and more ideally, less than 2 grams of sodium per adult per day from all food sources. This excess salt in the diet causes high blood pressure, kidney and bone damage, gastric cancer, obesity, and worsening of asthma. Reduce the amount of salt you consume to no more than 3 to 5 grams or half to 1 teaspoon per day for adults and less than 2 grams for children under 11 years of age. Let's shake the salt habit and live healthy. A public service message from the Jamaica Information Service.
We all love our protein. Chicken, beef, pork. But how often do we eat fish? Is it only at Easter time or when you're at the beach? Incorporating more fish into your diet can be very beneficial to your health. Compared to red meats and poultry, fish has far less calories and cholesterol.
It's the saturated fats and the trans fats that our bodies use to make cholesterol. And fish and seafood have very little saturated fat and trans fat. So in truth and in fact, that makes it a very healthy source of protein.
Fish also has iron, which is important for good reasoning and memory, iodine, which can prevent mental problems in children, and selenium, vitamins and carotenoids, which are antioxidants. Who knew that we could get so many nutrients from fish? And that's not all. Incorporating fish into our diet can even reduce the chances of developing certain diseases.
Studies have in fact shown that people who have a higher intake of fish compared to other meat sources have less heart disease, they suffer from fewer mood disorders, and they have less cognitive decline with age, so less dementia.
This is due to omega-3 fatty acids, a nutrient that is only found in a few other food sources, such as walnuts and flax seeds. But oily fish, such as sardines, tuna, mackerel, salmon, and trout, are excellent sources of omega-3s and are readily available at your convenience in supermarkets. So we want to add fish into our diet. In what ways can we do this?
So escovitch fish is one of our favorites. Now the onions and the carrots and the vinegar and the pimento, that's all fine. But we don't want to do a lot of deep frying. Deep frying adds calories. Nothing like a nice steamed fish, a nice roast fish. And when you roast your fish, you can stuff it with wonderful vegetables like callaloo and so on. So we have to find other ways. Many of us have broilers as a part of our stove and we've never utilized it. We don't know how it's used. And that gives us, I think, the closest taste to fried without adding a lot of oil.
So we've got different styles of cooking the fish, but what about flavor? Jamaicans love adding salt, but fish is already salty. Wouldn't that be too much sodium?
If we utilize other things like lime and lemon juice and or fresh seasonings or scotch bonnet pepper or onions or scallion, we can make our fish flavorful without adding a lot of extra sodium.
That sounds really tasty, but watch out for bones. Make sure to debone fish before giving your children. Even if the fish is bought deboned, check for fine bones with your fingers. If you're not careful, you could end up with a medical emergency. The recommended serving size per week is only 8 to 9 ounces of fish, or 2 to 3 servings per week. With an array of health benefits and a variety of ways to cook it, don't miss out on this lifestyle choice. Make a positive impact on your health by adding more fish to your diet.
Jamaicans don't tolerate corruption. Me I tell you no put up with corruption. So let's join hands across the nation and help improve the way we function. We have to give hope to them youth. Corruption blocks growth for the future. So if we not practice doing the right thing every time, then we are the loser. So make we just get up, stand up and all unite to join the fight to make it right. No corruption makes the future bright. No corruption will help prevent crime.
A message from the Integrity Commission.
Health is wealth. Our next feature highlights how the Ministry of Finance and Public Service is making sure its staff maintain a healthy life.
Hey, what's going on? This is Shelly Ann Weeks and I'm right here at the Ministry of Finance's Health Fair, an event that we have for our team members to ensure that they get the year started on a healthy foot. Here today we have a lot of different services that are provided mostly for free to the staff. They can get their blood pressure test, they can get their diabetes checked, they can get their cholesterol checked. We have nutritionists here to advise them on healthy living, healthy way to approach food. We also have other parties who are going to be doing testing for HIV and syphilis, as well as an array of different services right here at the ministry.
So today we are here at the health fair and we have brought some of our goodies with us, meaning that we brought some of our health products here to represent. Currently we have 25% off on small items, so that would be our personal blenders, our air fryers, and also one of the major highlights that we're doing today.
We're here today to educate you that every chest pain is an emergency. We open 24 hours. At any point in time, should by any need you are having in a chest pain, just make your way to Heart Institute of the Caribbean.
We are providing free HIV and syphilis tests to the staff here today, and also promoting PrEP, which is pre-exposure prophylaxis. That's the new innovative method of prevention that reduces your chances of contracting HIV by up to 99% once you take it as prescribed. So we're promoting these services today.
We're a dental office located in Crossroads and Portmore. We offer all dental services, cleaning, filling, extraction, dentures, and referrals for oral surgery and braces. And we're here today to answer all dental questions and give advice for all dental procedures.
The academic health corner is important because not only are we to take care of our bodies, but we also have to nourish our minds. If we're going to be a whole being, it's mind, body and soul, right? And so we've provided offerings, we've invited different organizations, UTEC, UCC, Heart, Trust and STA to come and share their offerings that will help you to professionally actualize, yeah, and to reach where you need to be.
Today was a good day. The booths were very informative. I think it's a great initiative and I look forward to MOFPS Health Fair every year because of the vast amount of information that I get.
some nutritional advice. Go and get your HIV and syphilis test done. Some of you don't know on the status enough. You need to know all the numbers.
Today we are promoting the awareness of 4 important numbers. Knowing your blood pressure, your blood sugar, your cholesterol, and your body mass index that relates to your weight. And these 4 numbers will help to guide you to know what is your health status.
We are introducing our products and services to the members of the Ministry of Finance. Today we're offering savings and investment products. We have a savings product, which is our special deposit account, which pays 8% interest per annum. We also have a golden harvest account that pays 7% interest per annum, and a deferred shares account that pays 6% per annum. So our savings rates are very competitive.
Today we're doing examinations for all our patients. We'll be looking at your chief complaints, and we'll be taking down all the information. If you have any cavities, if you have any pain, any discomfort, we're going to be going through all our treatment plans that would be available for you.
Our purpose here today is to sensitize our clients of the different short courses that we have and the different opportunities available for upskilling and reskilling, and for them to get comfortable with lifelong learning.
I'm here today at the Health Fair to find out my numbers. Very informative, very good program put on by the Ministry of Finance.
And just like that, we've come to the end of today's show, but not to worry. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same station, with another educational and entertaining show just for you. In the meantime, send your feedback to Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm. From the entire production team here at the JIS, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Until next time, all good.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.